Live from Philadelphia. Congressman, welcome.
Thank you, Shannon. Good to be here.
Listen, we know that problems have been going on in the VA hospitals for years. It seems though there's been some actual movement, some action on Capitol Hill, at the White House, and other places. Now that this has gone public, are you concerned that this story has sort of dropped out of the headlines, whether that was intentional or not, that it's going to take some of the pressure off of actually getting some changes made?
Well, when you really look at this and you look at what the VA has been doing, and our oversight of the Veterans Administration is really what got this cooking, and to the point where we still have over 110 requests in for information to the department. It's mind-numbing to sit there and think that, are they telling us everything they know? The IG, obviously, who's going to be in front of the committee tomorrow, is going to come up with some more answers and some more stories and many other things that have went wrong that the department themselves aren't telling us about.
Yeah, and we know that the chairman, Jeff Miller, that we just heard from a moment ago, who heads up the committee, has been very frustrated and apparently has said there are all kinds of things that have been subpoenaed that haven't come through. The VA's been stonewalling. What are your hopes with this hearing tomorrow night? What new do you hope to learn? What progress do you hope to make?
Well, I think just the opportunity to have the IG in front of us and really go through, what they have as their interim report right now and talk about it. I raised a question to the Veterans Administration last week when we had the meeting, and the IG had pointed to a fact that there was an audit switch turned off in their program, in their computer program, and many scheduling departments and other places that the IG wasn't able to get that information because it was turned off. And I asked the question, why was it turned off? Who was told to turn it off, and things like that, to where you can't even get the information post something bad happening like this.
All right, I want to refer to a poll, some new polling data we have out on this issue this week, asked how the Obama administration is handling the problems at the Department of Veterans Affairs. 29% said they approve of what's happening right now. 59% said they disapprove. 12% were unsure. It is clear that people blame this administration, that this has been going on for years, that the president as a candidate and as president has talked about this. Following Secretary Shinseka's resignation, President Obama said, "This is my administration. I will always take responsibility for whatever happens." Do you think we need to hear more from the president about this? And do you fear that some people will see Secretary Shinseka's resignation as somehow resolving the problem?
Well, the president's really going to have to step up in this case, because as Secretary Shinseki steps down, he's the one that's really going to control this and make it move forward as they continue to search for who's going to be the next secretary for the long term. So he's going to have to step up and show the leadership and make the changes that are needed to make sure we're doing the right thing. And I personally, going through this process and talking to veterans on the street every single day, the problems are widespread, and the VA has to own up to them so we can help them as Congress. Let us do our oversight. Let us tell you what let us help you determine what the issues are, and do we need to, give you more funding, or do we need to go through some processes like the House has stepped up in a bipartisan manner and put some consequences into, administrators that don't do their job, and some more transparency in the system.
And we know there's a bipartisan deal on the Senate side as well. We'll see how those two pieces come together. Meanwhile, we'll be watching tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Time, when that latest hearing kicks off with the Veterans Affairs Committee on the House side. Congressman, thank you so much for your time on this.
Thank you for having me.